Hi guys, Stuger here with a new video. In this video, I want to talk about what I wrote on the title. Of course, why I will stop playing Soul Shuffle in Season 2. And this video will serve as a reminder to myself. I will play some Soul Shuffle here and there, but it will not be my focus going into Season 2. I feel like why I failed to stay motivated in Season 1 is because I do not really have anything holding me back on the game. I felt like right now I'm playing a fast food version of PvP into World of Warcraft, and I was never enjoying that way of play. I always enjoyed to do world PvP, I always enjoyed to do RPGs, to actually grind some gear, for example. I always enjoyed to do 3v3 and 2v2. But since Dragonflight came out with Soul Shuffle, I saw myself only play that, and even sometimes say no to my real life friends to actually play a game in threes. I will say, look, I'm in the queue on a Soul Shuffle, I do not want to leave the queue, I prefer to stay in the queue and wait for my turn. And that is really not what World of Warcraft was for me. I feel like the fast food way of gaming, which is basically a lobby game where you're waiting for queues and waiting for solo content, which you don't have any socializing in that bracket. It is a fun bracket. It is very fun to play solo queue, but it was never really what I imagined it to be. And I think that's also my mistake. I did hype it a lot about Soul Shuffle. I think that was a big mistake. I think 3v3 and RPGs and 2v2 even should be the face of PvP. I don't think Soul Shuffle should be the face of PvP. I feel like the people that are saying that are comfortable to wait for queues and comfortable to play solo, and they do not want to have the displease to actually find groups, and that's a bit of laziness. The same for me. Why would I look for a 3v3 group while I can just queue up and watch something or play on classic and wait for my turn? And I feel like that actually kills the game. I feel like that is also the reason why in 3v3 it is deflated, because nobody's actually playing it, so nothing pushes upwards. So the noobs, the combatants, the challengers, the rivals, they are not playing the game. So challengers, or not challengers, elites and gladiators are fighting each other on brackets where they should not be fighting each other. So nobody goes up, they're always fighting each other, and they are going to be suppressed onto the lower brackets, which, for example, a newer team, which are like real life friends, they want to play, they want to climb, they're going to face gladiators and they're going to get decimated, and they're going to say, look, maybe it's better to go Soul Shuffle. And that's the same for twos, and that's the same for RPGs. I feel like if they actually reworked the LFG system, it would be better, but I don't think it would change anything if the player behavior is not changing. Because again, an LFG tool is a tool made for players, but if those players are not using the tool because they are lazy, because they don't want to socialize, because they don't want to look for friendships, look for a healer for a few minutes to maybe get befriend with them and then queue up with them, they are not doing that anymore because of Soul Shuffle. And my vision of Soul Shuffle was always, I prefer RPGs and MOBA maps to actually be meta instead of arena maps. So instead of doing a 3v3 solo shuffle, it would be a 5v5, not solo shuffle, but solo queue MOBA map. Like, for example, Heroes of the Storm, where every level you would get in that map. So if you're playing, you get a level, like for example on Torghast, every single node you got a upgrade. Well, every single level on that map until level 18, for example, you get an upgrade. And at level 6 you get like a ultimate upgrade, for example. At level 11 you would get another ultimate upgrade, and at level 18 you would get another ultimate upgrade. And those upgrades would be substantial enough to actually wanting to farm and wanting to get a lead and wanting to progress into the map, unto the nexus and destroying the base, which is the fortress. That would be a sick way to play solo shuffle. But right now, not solo shuffle, but solo queue. But right now, we are playing basically 3v3, but dumbed down, lazy, and more or less fast food. You're not trying to socialize, you're not trying to find a teammate, you're not trying to make friends, you're trying to just play the game at your own leisure. And I do understand people are not wanting to socialize because they don't have the time for it, because they're like working and they just want to have games. That's all good. But the problem is this is flawed, because you're playing solo shuffle, which is basically, if you're a DPS, you have between 10 minutes and 30-minute queues, and sometimes faster, sometimes even longer. I already got a 50-minute queue, and it's not even like that far away from now. It was like 2 weeks ago, and then I stopped playing basically because I was like disgusted, and it made me lazy. It made me like demotivated to actually play 3v3, to play 2v2, to play RBGs. I didn't play one time on my Wotlk RBGs. That's like, I played once, I lost once. I thought, do I really want to struggle to find an RBG group while I can just press Q and get into a solo shuffle match, although the queues are super long? I don't know. And I feel like I've played, at least it feels like I'm playing more than Shadowlands, but it is not really true. I did a lot more 3s, I did a lot more 2s, I did a lot more RBGs in Shadowlands, and the meta is kind of the same. You had bullshit things in Shadowlands, but you also had bullshit things in Dragonflight. That will never change. Every single season, you will have a bullshit class, a bullshit spec. It will make you feel miserable. It will make you feel like it's the worst season ever in the history of World of Warcraft. But that's basically recency bias, and that's basically how the human mind is settled around the now versus the present, versus the future versus the past. You're living right now, and you feel that right now it is shit, and you're not really comparing with what it is or what it was in the past, except if you have a really critical mind and you are very aware of your statements and what you're saying and what you're feeling. But not a lot of people have that. A lot of people are saying, look, Retribution Paladin, I was also one of them. Retribution Paladin made classes unplayable. I do not enjoy it. I'm not going to play it. And I do understand that feeling, and I do understand how it is, and I really do believe that the Retribution Paladin meta with demonology warlock was the worst meta that we had in the World of Warcraft history. But a lot of people said that the same about the double outlaw. A lot of people said about season 1 Retribution Paladin Divine Toll. A lot of people were saying that about windwalker one-shots in the beginning of Dragonflight. A lot of people were saying about demon hunters at the beginning of the season, or assassination rogues around the mid-season. So this is really a debate that everyone will have, and everyone will keep on going. And I feel like the people that are leaving right now is the people that are really not socializing on the game, because you are like a bit tired of your fast food, which is basically queuing up for solo shuffle, and you don't see any motivation into making friends and to go into 3s or to go into 2s or to go into RBGs. And I do feel you. I also do not want to find pre-mates on arenas, especially at the hour where I'm making the video. You don't have enough groups to enjoy finding the ideal comp to play in. But that's the threshold that you have to pass to actually make friends and to make easier groups. That's why if you're watching streamers or even content creators, I'm not even counting myself because I'm like a lazy guy, but if you're like watching Vinruki, or you're watching, I don't know, man, you're watching Sidu, or you're watching Mez, or anyone, they're actually playing with their friends. They're playing like, oh, look, social, are you up to heal? Are you up to DPS? Okay, let's go. We have a 3 scum. Let's play, for example. Or they are pros and they are playing with their team. But you cannot have that without spending the time to actually know the players and to actually find the players on LFG. And I do understand that you don't have the time for that. I do understand that sometimes I do not have the time for that. And sometimes I don't have the motivation for that, because I'm an introvert, extrovert guy. So sometimes I'm an extrovert and sometimes I'm an introvert. But I really think that the motivation and the enjoyment of World of Warcraft is coming from socializing, is coming from different experiences versus but like people that you do not know. And I feel like social is actually killing the game into a certain anomaly where you have a lot of players playing social, but you don't feel like the world is alive. You don't feel like the world is actually filled with people playing, because you are sitting in queues which are very long, and it's basically because healers right now do not really enjoy the play, or basically if I'm healing, because that's also why I'm going to say it, I'm going to stop socialing. Whenever I'm healing, I actually want to play with people that I know or people that I socialize with. I do not want to play social with people that do not really listen, or you don't have the time to actually to actually like adapt. So for example, if you feel like a teammate is playing too aggressive, too bad in social, you're going to play 3 games with him, like 3 rounds, and that's it. He's gone, and you don't have any time to actually adapt. And yes, it is an environment where you have to be flexible, and that's why you can also get some CR because of it. But I feel like if you're thinking purely about bracket, purely about the gameplay, and purely about the queues, it is not World of Warcraft anymore. It is World of Queues. It is World of I sit into the capital waiting for a queue, or you're going for herbalism or mining. I never did as much professions onto a expansion like Dragonflight, and I do enjoy professions, but now I'm very, very sick of it. I just think it is not why I play World of Warcraft. Why do I play World of Warcraft? I'm dead here. Why do I play World of Warcraft basically? Because I want to play PvP. But why do I want to play PvP? Because I want to improve my skills. I want to improve my CR. I want to make friends and have a team where I can progress, and maybe in the future go play AWC if I'm very good with them. And I feel like I can try to go on game battle and try to get some wins versus pros. That would be a dream. But I do not have that, or I don't have the motivation for that, because social actually exists. So to put myself into some self-motivated guy that wants to play World of Warcraft, because I do want to play World of Warcraft, but I feel like right now I'm very lazy, and to break the habit, to break the fast food mentality, I have to go deep and say, look, right now we're going to stop playing for social. If I'm playing World of Warcraft, it is actually to find someone in 2s, or find someone in 3s, or go for RPGs. And that's it. And social, maybe sometime here and there, but I'm not going to put my focus onto it, because it makes me lazy, it makes me angry, it makes me like against the world, pretty much like mentality where I do not want to enjoy the game for what it is. I just want to enjoy the game because of social, and then the social is addicting to me to a certain point where I'm like accepting to actually wait 50 minutes to get a game, which is mind-boggling. You know, by League of Legends or any other game, whenever you get a 4-minute queue, 4 minutes is long. It is a long ass queue. People do not want to sit 4 minutes to get a queue, and we are players from World of Warcraft ready to sit 20 minutes into a queue for a social match which is 10 minutes. Sometimes longer, sometimes a bit shorter, but the game is faster than the amount of time you're actually spending on those queues. And you're going to say, look, I'm a healer, I get fast queues. I don't know what you're talking about. I do not have to spend time to look for DPSs that know to not flame healers. Well, that's too bad. You also get flamers in social. That's too bad. You also have DPSs without any head or brain cell that don't know to not really line of sight you, right? That's still happening. So the game quality is basically the same, and as a healer, I can guarantee you in LFG or anything, you find a group pretty quickly. So I don't know, guys, let me know what you think about like what I say in the video. I think I'm rambling a lot, and I can understand that maybe it's annoying for you guys to listen to that, but I do feel for real that my motivation to play the game has diminished because of social. And I do love social. I do love solo queue. I play solo queue on different games. Even in CSGO or in Valorant, I'm ready to queue it up solo. Although sometimes I think it would be easier if I was a 5-man, but it is what it is. But in World of Warcraft, I feel like it kind of destroyed the game. It kind of destroyed Dragonflight for what it is. I feel like PvP, it should be the all-time high participation we had since ages, but we actually are into a state where we're actually declining of players. Our player base is actually leaving and waiting for season 2 while the season is not ending. It is not like season 4 where you're waiting for a new expansion. You're waiting for just a new season. You can still push things. So it's kind of mind-boggling that people are leaving, and my answer to that is, it is because of social, it is because of the fast food. You ate too much McDo, you ate too much Big Macs. You do not want to play and to eat Big Mac. You want to actually feel like you're playing an MMORPG. You want to feel like you're playing a social game. You want to feel that you're actually playing a PvP game, playing with people and not playing with like just names in social. And I really think that is the problem of World of Warcraft. And that's why people are going in hardcore World of Warcraft Classic. Like, I myself too, very guilty of that. I play Classic WoW just to level and to not die. And the social game, like doing a dungeon, not dying into a dungeon, or having guildmates actually talking in the guild chat and try to chat with them. And sometimes it becomes political, and sometimes it becomes economical, and sometimes it becomes religious. But we have some discussion. We have some social game. But right now in World of Warcraft retail, I talk with nobody because I do not need to talk, because I'm in the social queue. I do not need to bother with people or play like with humans. I can just queue up and wait for 5 other people, random guys that I play, and just say, look, focus warrior or focus red, and that's it. That's the only communication I have with those people. So I feel like that is the one thing that makes me a bit sick of Dragonflight, and I'm going to fix that, and I'm going to make an update video once I feel like I've improved on it, or if I didn't improve on it, I will also write it or make a video about it. So again, I'm very sick, so my voice is a bit different. My nose is stuffed. I have also some toothache, but it is what it is. But let me know in the comment section below what you think about the video. Let me know what you think about what I said, and if you're agreeing or not. Maybe you're disagreeing. You say like social is the best thing that happened on the game. I feel personally I said the same, and I backpedal now. I do think it is maybe the worst thing that actually happened on Dragonflight. I think solo queue should be about BGs, because BGs right now, it's a dead bracket. Let's be honest, RBGs, you don't have a lot of participation, and you do not have a lot of participation in random BGs and random epic BGs. Again, it's a 5-minute queue, but it's not a 5-minute queue. Here, 8-minute queue. It is not an 8-minute queue. Random BGs should be instant, like on Classic, right? It should be, you want to play BGs, you get entered into a BG. But right now, nobody is actually queuing for BGs, because it is either like, where's the point? Because you have the conquest gear. Why would you random BG? So that's why I think there is a spot for like solo queue for like small scale BGs. But I think arenas right now, it should not be about 3v3 in social. It should be about RBGs or random BGs or whatever BG you want to do, like MOBA style, whatever. But arenas should be still with people that you actually try to invite and try to play with. That's my opinion. I think I will rectify that for myself. This video will remind me. And please, if I do too much about social videos, let me know in the comments. Like, let me know, look, you made a video about social, but you're still making social videos. Well, right now, this actually countered my argument. But let me know, because I want to adapt. I want to be better. I want to be enjoying the game for what it is, instead of like fast food, which is social basically. But again, thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you love those kinds of content. This is a discussion video. I know a lot of people would skim through it and not listen to all the things that I said, but I hope that a lot of people are actually listening to it and actually like try to debate with me about it, because I really am open to it. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Be sure to stay safe. We will catch you very soon in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.